wear my Louis Vuitton, but even with nothing on, bet I made you look. I made you look. Yeah, I look good in my Versace dress, but I'm hotter when my morning hair's a mess. But even with my hoodie,
Tadi chalalasa, tadi chalalasa, tadi chalala, tadi chalalasa, tadi chalalasa, tadi chalala.
तेरी गलियां गलियां तेरी गलियां क्यों करता मैं गलियां तेरी गलियां मोहब्बत बरसाने ना तू बनना है तेरे और मेरे मिलने का मौसम ऐसा ये इश्क है अजब सा रिश्क है ऐसा ये इश्क है अजब सा रिश्क है Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. I'm not much of a.
Grab my head, make me gag, ho. Take it, take it, take it, take it. Hold my head when I shake it, shake it. Take it, take it, take it, take it. This ass fat, it ain't basic. Basic. Take it, take it, take it, take it. Fuck me in all kind of places. Do a bitch real nasty. When I'm done, nigga.
No.
I want to know where I can go when you're not around, when I'm feeling down.
Mi única fortuna. Ay, bonito, papito, mi alma te llama. Papito, 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 papito.
Fuck a princess, I'm a king. Bow down and kiss him a ring. It's gonna hurt, it'll sting. Spitting your blood in the
sink. I'm crazy, but you like that. I bite back, dances on your nightstand. Never forget I blossom in the moonlight.
Oh, I got this thing, gonna tie your tongue. Step in my ring, you'll be out round one. You want to feel, but you got no touch. You think it's love, but you think too much. Leave me like you do, darling. I'm calling, lay me in my tomb. Come here, baby, come
that nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga.
Please! These gays! They're trying to murder me!
Any other lesbian couple share lipstick like this? There you go, reapplied.
By you. If it's not inconvenient, then what's it even for? I'm slipping in the deep end, I'm falling through the floor. You pull my plans apart the second you walk through the door. Oh, stranger.
I can buy myself flowers, buy myself, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours, see things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing, I can take myself, I can hold my own hands, I can love me better than I can love me better. I can love me better, baby. Ooh, love me better. I can love me better, baby. Can love me better. I can love me better, baby. Can love me better. I can love me better,
I don't care, I couldn't care less. 'Cause who would want somebody who would treat them like the best?
I'm a lesbian, but I didn't always know that about myself, so I used to only date men. And I feel like it makes me have a really unique perspective on the difference between the way women versus men act in serious relationships. I recently moved in with my girlfriend, but I've also lived with 2 long-term partners who were men before. And when I tell you the difference is night and day, and now don't get me wrong, there are deviations based on who people are as human beings, you know, like I'm not trying to generalize everybody. There is inherently a really big difference that I've noticed already in the way things are done. I would say that I was with relatively like progressive, like feminist men in the past, and the way that domestic labor was handled was nowhere near proportionate, but I literally did not realize that until I started living with a woman instead. So for example, when I lived with men, I would have to make a list of things that needed to be done. Particularly the second man I lived with, I had to make a list and I had to set expectations for things when they should be. Not only that, but I remember once we were sitting down watching TV, me and my boyfriend at the time, we were living together. I had a glass of juice and he accidentally kicked it over when he stood up. No big deal, easy mistake, it happens. But then he yelled at me for not cleaning it up because it was my juice and so I should have cleaned it up even though he was the one that spilled it. Now to you, that might seem extremely obvious, but for me, I was in a relationship and I was just like trying to pick my battles. He one time even said that I was demeaning to him because I was working full time, he didn't have a job at the time, and I expected the dishes to be done when I got home every day. That was my expectation. And he even said once, he was like, you're just treating me like your little housewife. He said that. Right now I live with my girlfriend and they do all of the dishes. All the dishes, it's just their assigned task. I do all the laundry and I also put all the dishes away. Never once have I had to ask my girlfriend, hey, can you please do the dishes? And never once have we given each other resistance when, you know, when they're like, hey, you forgot to do the laundry this week. And I'm like, okay, sorry, I'll do it. And it sounds very obvious when I say it to you out loud like this, but I'm telling you, when I was in heterosexual relationships, I didn't realize how skewed the labor was. I actually got to a point in the relationship where I felt like maybe I was just too naggy and too needy. And again, these were men who were self-proclaimed like feminists. Like, I remember having a conversation and their friends literally being like, wow, you do the housework. Like, that's really good. Like, thinking that he was very progressive.